We had water coming in, flooding the garage, so we cut the driveway, the asphalt. We didn't know how deep it was. Ended up finding out after removing a bit of it that it was about 6 inches deep or so. So we had to get a bigger saw, and we removed it using this giant wedge, like a 6-foot heavy wedge tool. I wish we had video of that. But here's the bigger saw we rented from Home Depot. Just about got to the bottom of it, not all the way, but it took us a while. It was like a caveman style removing of those blocks by hand before we got this machine. We were just doing as much as we could get this project on the way. And but after about 30-40 minutes, we got the hang of this machine here. Got as close to the fence as we could, so we could just pivot over and make a pile of the dirt. And but yeah, we kept going. Allow us to get two 50-gallon tanks in the ground. They have a bunch of holes in them, about $half size, and you can just slowly drain the rainwater there. Here we're making a TikTok video, just playing around. You can see it's lightly raining, helping keep down any of that dirt from flying. We went a little further to get an overflow. You'll see that later. But yeah, we did this about 3 or 4 hours, and then we returned the machine, and then later realized we needed it longer. Yeah, there's us digging more because we didn't do the measurements. But that happens at, your first time doing anything. You learn as you go sometimes. There's that 57 stone to give us a nice base. So here's 21 inches before the stone. We do 4 inches of that, compact it, hand tamped it down, give it a nice sturdy base. There's the holes for the tanks. So here you can see the expansion joint on the asphalt side. We used those stakes, which were about the same size. It's like a 3 feet wide to just hold. We glued those expansion joints there and held them. There's the spacing of the rebar going down, tying into the pad. And there's a crack. So I'm just showing, I got a little close to the crack there, but I was trying to stay away from the cracks to not tie in any weird movement to the new pad. There we're drilling the hole, allow the the pipe to exit that drain. So that's a Reln drain. And we used those stakes to screw. We had screws holding the drain up, and we got it at the right level we wanted, and made sure we're going down 1/8 of an inch every foot. So you can see it came through there nicely, and just got to use sandpaper. There's some sand actually there. I'll mention that. That helps, kind of have a nice cushion once that we change from concrete to soil. But anyway, so use sandpaper and just use this. We used 100% silicone, Reln's product, again, REL, and you just go around and seal up. They say it lasts around 40-50 years. It's pretty rubbery. I bought too much of it. It's hard to tell how much you need, but yeah, I just went kind of overboard, try to make sure we don't have any leaks. There's the concrete mounds. That took all day. That was intense. Or not all day, it just took took longer than I expected. We were mixing it up in a wheelbarrow and just dropping it in. I was getting down in there trying to give it real good strength. So when we remove those stakes, then we can just pour the concrete. So that took a while. We got all the mounts holded up. You can see the spacing there. And that's important because you need a vibrator to really help the flow down there. Here you can see the decline is a little more than I wanted. So that led us to need a dry pour, or dry concrete. We got like a 4-inch slump, which, you know, that's dry, but we needed that to allow us to shape that decline. Here you can see us going into the tank. We got some rock around it to help it drain a little bit more. And we're just going down to the next tank there. It's a 250-gallon and then an overflow. So I went 6-inch. Those are both SDR35. It's a flexible pipe for the ground. But yeah, transition to 4-inch there. There's Uniseal, keeping dirt out. And then I wrapped it with the Eco Mesh fabric. Here's an overflow. I don't know if it'll have the momentum it needs to come up out of there, but I've just seen it in other plans, so I'm throwing it in using a long sweep 90 up to the pop-up valve, and using a Fern Co to seal those together. But it's important you can see that, well, in the other picture, I put a, you can open the top of the tank, you know, to vacuum out if any debris gets by. But yeah, there's the pop-up valve and the Fern Co. And now you can see putting these boards on, which ended up warping. And so it was just kind of wasted time. But yeah, I was trying to get a 1/4-inch drop as well as protect the grates. But it didn't work out. So this is, put the dirt all back the day before the pour, remove the dumpster, and then take out all the stakes. This is the day before the pour. Take out all the stakes. Some of them were in the mounds, so I had to leave a little bit behind, but it's okay. Then I put the plastic trash bags on top. And here you can see I used some foam to protect the pipe, just so it's not like locked against the concrete to prevent any cracking. And there's the 20-foot long 5/8 rebar going along the trench, and then using the rebar to go across every 2 feet or so. And then I went higher up with I made these chairs out of wire mesh to get us another one to try to make this U shape to just kind of surround the pipe and strengthen the concrete. So we have one going along the bottom, one along the top there, another 20-foot 5/8 on those chairs. And from this angle, you can kind of see more closely using the plastic chairs in the bottom and then the wire mesh DIY ones up top. And then at the back, I did one below and above, just getting that shorter side. And then you can see here the rebar, I bent them downwards just to keep the tip of them 2 inches away from the slope there. I was going to remove these forms, so I put some plastic. I heard that could help, but just ultimately I left them because it keep dirt out of the drain a little better. So here I'm using the vibrator to see how it's dry, and then it just really, it liquefies it, kind of helps it move and just helps it get in to where you want. So you go straight down and then slowly bring it back up in that area. You don't really want to drag it because it could mess with the aggregate. So we used a P-Rock aggregate, which is supposed to help the flow. It's a little less strong because I guess the rock don't lock together like you know, other stone, but we were able to see, you can see, just kind of help it fill in. And it was a little slow of a process, but I liked the way, you know, it made me feel more confident that I was getting under the drain and getting where I needed to go with this concrete. And the company was amazing. They were helping us throughout it. And so yeah, we're at the end here. And sometimes you gotta tap the vibrator, but Harbor Freight had this one. It worked really well. It was about $100, and there you can see us just going along, just trying to help spread it where it needs to go. Yeah, Alden's filming there. And here's the edge tool. You kind of, almost like snowboarding or something, you gotta, or wakeboarding, you keep the back end, you don't want to dive the nose of it, so you kind of keep the back up and then just angle it, go back and forth, try to get that edge nice. And Alden's really smoothing it out. We got that angle, and the driveway was sloped, so we wanted it to be, the drain to be below the driveway where it started, but because of the slope of the driveway, we ended up with a more dramatic slope at the end of the drain. But that's okay. It's still, it's going to be drivable. It's strong. And afterwards, we filled those expansion joints. We sealed them, and that's important to keep rainwater from going down in there and creating a void. But there's the leaf guard, and there I painted the wood, and it was a fun project.